Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having great days or nights or just being well altogether. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to make this video. It's not something I normally do. If you've seen my content, I don't really post anything that has to do with mental health. But I do have my undergrad in psychology. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, I don't have the credentials. It's not something I want to do, but I do kind of have that background in psychology. So I wanted to just preface that I'm not a professional, not claiming to be a professional, not trying to be a professional. I can only give out advice. If you have any questions, I can certainly try to answer them or give you the tools to answer them, and we can learn together. But something that kind of is going on in my life right now made me want to, or think about, it made me think about making this video. So I wanted to I thought about it, and like I said, I don't normally make these kind of content, but it is something that I've been wanting to do, and I did stew on it for a little bit, just because there's stuff going on in my life right now, and I think it's kind of good to share it. Therapy is expensive, so I figured why not put it on YouTube and just kind of get my feelings out. But I wanted to talk about putting barriers up to protect yourself and essentially protect other people. I have been putting barriers up for quite a while, a couple years now. I just to protect myself. I am the type of person where I will try to take on the world's problems. I have been that way for a while. I don't like it because then I get stressed out and I don't take care of myself. I don't sleep. I don't eat. When I get stressed out, I stop eating. Not to harm myself. I'm not trying to hurt myself. It's just that I'm just so stressed out that I just can't eat, and I can't sleep. So I've learned to put up barriers to protect myself so that I can continue to take care of myself. I'm all for protecting oneself with barriers. It is hard to do when you first start, and it is hard to do even as you keep doing it. As you keep putting barriers up. Hi, Yoshi. As you learn to put barriers up, you find it easier to know when to put a barrier up and when not to put barriers up, because I understand people need to vent and get things off their chest. I get that. He wants to be in the video. Okay, come on, buddy. Here we go. Go lay down. Yep, there we go. Where was I? I know that people need to vent. Venting, we all need to vent. We need to find a way to vent. I've started asking people, are we venting or are you looking for my advice? If they're venting, fine, I let them vent. I may say something like, oh, that sucks, or I may be like, oh, that's a bad situation. It sucks when people vent. But if people ask for my advice, I kind of have to put the brakes on it, because I can't. I do give out some advice, but I have to stop at a certain point. If people want to continue to seek my advice and make their problems mine, that's when I'm like, no, I can't help you. I can't physically help you. I can't do this. And I do that with my family and friends. And it does suck because they do come to me because I am the only one they know who has this psychology background, and they seek my advice. And I'll give it to them sometimes, but a lot of times I try not to get involved in their problems, because then if it becomes too much, I take on those problems and then I think about it and then it gets me stressed out and upset. I have people who are going through some things now, and I ask them, are we venting or are you asking my advice? I can't give you my advice, but if you want to vent to me, fine. But just know that it's going in one ear and out the other. Right, buddy? Like, I will sit there and listen and be that listener, but I'm not going to stress myself about giving you advice. You just can't. You can't be this person's crutch. I know, I know. I'm not giving him attention right now, so he's... Okay. I know. He's a cutie. I can't be this person's go-to whenever they have a problem. Even with my own family, I'm that go-to person. They're having problems with this person in their life. They're having problems with this in their life. And then I don't think they intentionally try to make it my problem, but I almost feel like I'm obligated because it's my family. And I'm at the point where it's like, I don't want to hear it because I can't help you. I don't want to help you. I can't focus on you when I have my own things to focus on. I have my own family to think about. I have my own, I have my puppy to think about. Like, I have things going on in my life that I can't take time to focus on you or someone else. I can give you some advice, but it's just going to be as minimal as possible. I think putting barriers up to protect yourself is great. I was talking to my niece about it. She was, this was a couple years ago. I think it was a couple years ago. She was, the problem solver in her friend group. And I'm like, you can't be this problem solver because everyone was coming to her with all these problems. And it's like, you can't, first off, you're a teenager. You don't have the tools to not only protect yourself, but to help others. Like, you can try all you want, but you just don't have the proper tools. There's just things that you gain with life experience. As you get older, you learn things. I always hated growing up when someone was like, oh, you're too young to understand. And at this point, like, I'm 35 right now, I'm at the point where it's like, oh, I totally get it. Like, yeah, I was too young to understand. These things happen. It's just like, as you get older, you learn to cope with things. Hopefully, some people don't, and that's okay too. Things happen. But hopefully people get the tools to kind of help themselves. I just think that putting barriers up to protect yourself is fine. People need to. If you don't do it, you're just going to be stressed out and you're not going to be able to help yourself, let alone help other people. If people come to you constantly, you need to tell them, stop. Like, I love you and I can't help you. And that is A-okay. Don't force yourself to take on other people's problem. I know from my experience, it is hard to do that. I still want to jump in when my mom or my sister has a problem. I want to jump in, but I can't because they have to learn to figure it out themselves. And I'm glad that my family doesn't watch my video, so I can kind of talk about this without them watching it and being like, what the hell, what are you talking about? I love my family. I would do almost anything for them, almost. But I'm at the point in my life right now where it's like, I can't help you. You need to figure it out on your own. And I've had some friends come up to me. I don't have as much anymore. But I do have people coming to me and they're like, oh, I need your help. I need your help. It's like, I'm sorry. Well, first I'll be like, what do you need? Because if it's not like a favor, like, oh, I need you to come and help me move. Okay, fine. I need you to, we're having a party. We want you to come. Can you cook this? Great, fine. I love to cook. I love to bake. If it's, I need your help. Okay, what is it? X, Y, and Z. I'm like, I love you, but I can't help you. And it's you just gotta do it. It's hard. The more you do it, the better you'll feel. I shouldn't say that. I should say the more you do it, the easier it gets to identify when you need to put up a boundary to protect yourself. And then from then, you will understand yourself. And like, I can get involved a little bit, but this is as much as I'm going to get involved. Like, anything more than that, I'm not going to do. My family likes to try to get me involved. They try to get me to fix their problems. And like I said, I want to help everyone. I try to help everyone. But it's getting to the point where it's like, I can't. I don't have this power. I'm not this amazing person with this superpower to help you. I can give you the tools to help yourself. I can give you advice, but I'm not this magician. I'm not this amazing person that has this ability to fix all these problems. I know that it's me just complaining right now about people coming to me with their problems. And in a way, I do like that they trust me enough to tell me. But at the same time, I'm learning, even myself, to be like, are we venting or are you asking my advice? Even in my own relationships, I'm like, I'm just venting. I'm not looking for advice. I'm just venting. I need to get some things off my chest. So maybe that's why this kind of little video I'm making may be the start of something. I don't know. If this gains some traction and people start asking me advice or questions about things, I'd be more than happy to help you answer those questions. And if it's something that I don't really quite understand, I mean, I can look it up and go from there. But I do think that people need to learn how to put barriers up to better protect themselves. I know I've been rambling for some time, but it's just kind of cathartic, it's kind of my therapy. Kind of like that free therapy session, just to get it off my chest. Like I said, I've been thinking about it. I don't know if anyone's going to really watch this, and maybe no one's going to watch it, but it's there, and I'll feel better knowing that it's out there. Yoshi's getting upset with me because I haven't given him any attention, but I hope everyone takes my advice. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a social worker. I have no credentials. I do have some insight. I can give out advice, my opinion on things. But aside from that, I really just am who I am. I can just talk it out. So, yeah. I hope everyone enjoys their day. I know Pride Month is coming, so I hope everyone stays safe and has a great time. I know I'm going to be celebrating Pride as best I can. Anyways, Yoshi's getting upset with me, so have a good day, everyone. I love you all. Bye.